Hi, well, I'm back home from my trip to Coimbra, and I've hopefully got 3 or 4 more videos that I can make about my very brief trip. I did it because I was getting so frustrated that there weren't any pet sits coming up, the dates and for length of time that I could do. So I basically booked myself a very short budget trip because I just wanted to sort of get back to Portugal and have a few days just checking out somewhere. Last time I went in February, if you saw those videos, I was in or near to Amarante, which is in the north. And I wanted to sort of start exploring the centre of Portugal as well. And I picked Coimbra as that's probably the main city. I think it is actually a city. Yes, it is. It's Portugal's 3rd city behind Porto and Lisboa. Coimbra was the ancient capital. And I think it's the first king of Portugal is buried in the big church, or whether it's a cathedral, I don't know, because I didn't do any sightseeing intentionally. It wasn't about that. That's something that I'll have time to do once I'm living in Portugal. The intention was to just get a feel for other areas. You know, I watch a lot of fellow YouTubers who've moved to Portugal, so I get a sort of bit of an idea of what places are like. So I wanted to just very briefly, and I'm saying very briefly, because if people sort of come back at me and go, oh, you didn't go here and you should have gone there, I was only there for 5 days in total. I arrived Monday afternoon, so I had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, 4.5 days, and then I flew back first thing Saturday morning. So it was a flying visit, just trying to get a sort of glimpse of places. So I went to 3 different towns, and 2 of them I chose because they are on what will be the new Metro Mondego bus metro basically, and they're building these dedicated lines for the buses to make very quick journeys. So I thought it would be a good idea to check out a couple of places that are on that route, because those would be sort of useful places, you know, to live. So I went to Losa, which is on the metro line, and I went to Miranda do Corvo, and then I also went down, because those are sort of like pretty much sort of inland from Coimbra, and then I also went down to where the heck did I go to? Oh, terrible, I've forgotten the name. Where did I go to? Pombal. That's it. I went down to Pombal, which isn't strictly in the Coimbra district. It's in the district of Leiria, which is just below Coimbra. But yeah, so this is just sort of my take. And I got the sort of the metro line at the moment, which is still under construction. I think they're supposed to be doing some trial sections in July, the parts that are actually finished. And at the moment, the intention is for it to open in October. I think there's a heck of a long history of this metro getting underway, going over many years. And I think originally it was like a sort of more like a rail metro. So yeah, it'll be whenever it will be. And then to go down to Pombal, I got the train because Coimbra is on the Porto to Lisboa line, the main line, so you can get very fast trains, and there are also the trains that sort of chug along and stop at each village. So again, it's a good area to sort of explore. And of course, there were loads of villages in between. course, ultimately deciding where to sort of look for a property or where to live will come down to the property, finding the right property. But obviously you've got to have a bit of an idea of where you want to look, you know, before you can do that really. So that's what this was. And I'm hoping, very much hoping, that I can find a longish pet sit, September, October time, when I can come back and maybe actually begin to start looking for properties, because I've decided I have got to get my house here on the market. It's got to go up for sale now. So it's a big sort of thing to actually go, I'm doing it. Oh, quite scary as well. Very scary. And I often feel that people don't actually address that enough, the fact that you decide to do things like that and then your stomach is going, oh my God, what am I doing? No, stay here, stay safe. And then I have to remind myself that that really is not what I want to do, but it is scary. Anyway, enough of me chatting along here. I will put together all the little bits of video. And just a disclaimer, I really am so bad, or maybe it's actually so good, at getting very lost, especially if I'm following Google Maps or Apple Maps and I'm walking. You can guarantee I will go in exactly the opposite direction. So I actually did a hell of a lot of walking last week. I think I averaged sort of 5 to 6 miles every day, mainly getting lost. So I didn't actually see all that much, but oh yeah, and the thing I want to say before I get into all of that is that for me, looking at places, it's just about a feel. Does the place resonate with me? What I had in my mind was that when I eventually find a place, I would like it to be within 15 to 20 minutes walk at the most. So on the edge of or just outside of a town or a village that's got somewhere where I can, you know, wander in, have a coffee in the mornings, a store where you can pick up those essentials, you know, the things that you run out of in between doing your big shop in the city or the nearest big town. There's not much else, but the place has just got to resonate with me. I've just got to get there and feel, I like the feel of this place. It's not so much what it's got, apart from those basics. It's about resonating. And that's why I fell in love with Coimbra. If you've seen my previous video, it just resonates with me. That's it. That's all I can say. It resonates with me. It's about the vibe of the place, the sort of the frequency of it, the energy of it. Some people will understand what I'm saying, and some people might go, what? It doesn't matter. What matters is that for me, it's got to resonate with me. Okay. So yeah, here we go. finding the centre of Lausanne. Need to find somewhere to eat, and looks like there are a couple of cafes down here, so let's go and check them out. Right, still no idea if what I found is the town centre or a part of the town centre. I don't know. I really shouldn't be allowed out doing this sort of thing on my own because I never know where I'm going. Trying to find somewhere for lunch and a coffee, and I've been trying to locate one particular place on Google Maps for what feels like forever and getting very lost. Let's see what's up in this corner. Right, success. This is the one that I was looking for. Hooray! Let's see whether they are to be recommended or not. Okay, this is a salmon salad. It looks very interesting. Not sure it looks like a salmon salad. I'm sure it is, but it'll be interesting to find out what's in it. Well, it has, amongst other things, mango and grated carrot, red cabbage, cucumber, croutons, salmon. So it has certainly got all my vegetable colours in it, which is great. Okay, having done a bit of Googling while I was eating my lunch, it seems that Lausanne only really has a couple of sort of shopping malls that are a bit like this. It sort of goes around a square. Which is a sort of, I don't know, 70s, 80s, 60s, 90s, I don't know, sort of fairly modern, and sort of shops around there. It's got plenty of parking, so that's sort of well planned. And it's got a little fountain, which I think I will turn the camera around to show you. So, given that the intention of my my sort of visit this time is looking at places I think I might quite like to live, and if this was my sort of local shopping centre that I would pop down to for my daily bits and bobs, no, it's really not inspiring me. It's giving me like sort of Crawley vibes, if anybody knows Crawley, close to Gatwick Airport, which is not really what I'm looking for, regardless of what type of property might be available in the countryside nearby. I mean, it's sort of quite prettily done, but it ain't what I'm after. So yeah, unless I'm missing something, if anybody knows Lausanne, and you can tell me otherwise, then I'd be interested in hearing. But other than that, sorry Lausanne, ain't doing it for me. It's Thursday, it's Portugal by train. I have to say I quite like Portugal. It felt quite fresh. It does have traffic thundering through it all the time. I guess it's on a a road that's going places rather than off the beaten track. But yeah, I liked the feel of it. Probably not enough to want to live close by, but I wouldn't be unhappy, let's put it that way, if I did find myself buying a property nearby. One thing I noticed and liked getting the train in rather than the bus up into the mountains yesterday was that there's more open space with mountains in the distance, And I think I prefer that to being right up in the mountains with the trees completely around you, simply because of the fire risk. A downside was that I couldn't find anywhere in the town that I liked the look of for lunch, but I spotted this place by the station, and I really liked that, so I went back there for my lunch. Galao and a tuna salad that looked like a tuna salad. Just heading back towards the station. I think this is the bus station right next to it. Train station is just here. I've got to get a ticket on the way back because the fares vary hugely throughout the day, and I don't know what the logic is of why. Maybe it depends whether they're regional trains or intercity trains. So if you're buying a return, you've got to book a time. And if you're just wandering around a place having a look, you know, it's not really sort of doable. So I've got to pop into the ticket office, which I think is over the other side, and get myself a return ticket. Right, bright red face there. Oops. Bright red face from the sun, not from sunburn, just from the temperature, I think. This is a time of day where there's a big gap in the afternoon schedule between the trains from Portugal back to Coimbra. So I'm anxious not to miss this one because I'll have a wait of about an hour and a half, I think. So yeah, let's go get that ticket. I have just discovered that I get a huge discount for being a senior citizen. All I had to do was produce ID, so I have my passport. And I just said earlier that the fares vary hugely across the day. My train coming from Coimbra to Portugal this morning was €5.50 single. Now this train going back at this time of the day, sort of mid-afternoon, full fare was €15. Show my passport, and I got it for €7. I mean, that's less than 50%. That's pretty good, and any nationality, you don't have to be a Portuguese citizen. Thumbs up to Portuguese railways. I think the town centre is down that way. This is where I got off the bus and where the new metro will be coming into Miranda. And then we have a view of the mountains back there. It's an interesting looking addition to an old house. I wouldn't have thought they'd get planning permission for that, but there you go. It looks sort of basically like a box around the door. Presumably there are steps that are going to be added on, but yeah, that's rather odd, I think. I think I've come to the edge of of Miranda. So I don't think it's really got much going on in terms of everyday needs, which on this trip is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking at what it has historically, which for most towns and villages is quite a lot. In terms of shops, what's here is pretty much all that I have found. It's not very much, and it has another side which I will, the other side which is kind of oops, can't get my zoom to work, which is sort of in there. There's a supermarket just down there. And apart really from one or other two little supermarkets, there doesn't really seem to be very much else, or very much at all. But like most little towns I've found, it has got beautiful flowers around, so that's something. Hey there, bon dia. Well, my trip today to Miranda do Corvo, not going to be very long because it is blooming hot. It's 30 degrees at the moment, and it's not a day for being sort of, what's hat? Yeah, it's not a day for wandering about outside really. I need that room right down over my eyes if I haven't got my sunglasses on. Yeah, it's yeah, in terms of somewhere that I would want as my everyday, you know, local village or town centre, it's not really cutting the mustard. So I'm going to get the bus back to Coimbra, and then hopefully, it's not very flattering, is it? Hopefully go and find the forest. There we go, that's a bit better. Go and find the forest and get some shade and enjoy that on my last afternoon. Ciao. Oh, that's better. Now this is nectar, fresh mountain water to fill my water bottle. Oh, the simple things in life, forever the best. So that was my very brief, very superficial exploration of just a tiny bit of the area around Coimbra. Hopefully much more to follow in coming months.